see where he was. It looks like, is he back in tomorrow, or is that still?
It's just practice right now. We're making decisions. So
Was that? What do you want to see from him if and when he gets back in?
again, I've said it. I know it goes in different directions. I can only dress 18 skaters. I have to take guys out of the lineup. And the people I inserted in the lineup, I thought they played a pretty good game last night. The lineup may be different tomorrow. And if it is, it won't be because of anything that anybody did. We just got to get through this.
In your experience over the years, is it unique to know that you really know who you're going to play? I mean, you can play 6 or 7 teams in the playoffs. And
no, I don't think that's. I think it's more unique if you do know. You know what I mean? Because things can move. The top 2 teams might be within a point or 2 of each other. There could be cards in the wild card. You could slip to second, and all those wild cards are gone because you're playing third now. I think it becomes a little bit more unique if you were actually this far out still and you did know where you were playing. I think this is probably more the norm, I would think.
With your forward lines, it seems like, other than the one line where the 3 guys you're not going to touch, it seems like you have 2 guys. Like, so it's Mika and Kreiner, and you seem to assemble on Wenberg and Kakko. Is that the same with the Goudreau? Do you like Goudreau, Vesey together, and then it's going to be Rempe or Cooley?
I do. I thought Jimmy played a heck of a game last night. And again, the versatility of having him to be able to jump up the lineup and take minutes, and yet if I saw that there was a D-zone start coming and a line coming over the boards for the opposition, to be able to make a quick switch and throw him out there, that's really valuable. And I thought he played a heck of a game for us. So, and I do think that him and Goudreau have been a good pair. I do think a lot of times you do operate in pairs. You move a third part, but I also think that if you find the right 3. Which we have, I think, with Lafreniere, Panarin, and Trocheck, they score. Not only do they score a lot, they create a lot, and it just doesn't make sense to move any part of that. You can share it, try to share it once in a while, a little bit, but I think that they've been excellent together.
With specifically with the Goudreau BC, is it more of a trusting on the D zone? You know, these guys are veterans and you kind of trust them, or are you looking for specific skill sets that these players have?
Well, oftentimes when you're talking about a line or a check-in line, oftentimes you're talking about your penalty killers, guys that defend the right way. They're not, I think offensive guys, they're figuring out a way how to get out of the defensive zone so they can go and create and score. Not that they can't be good defensive forwards, they certainly can be. But from a role specific, if you're not in the offensive zone, it's more work for an offensive line to get down to the offensive zone as opposed to just starting them there. And so from a standpoint of Vesey and Goudreau, I think they're both really responsible. Goudreau's a centerman. They're both penalty killers. I think they both think the game really well. And so it sets up that they could have a possible role inside of a game.
What do you think comes from this team's ability to come back in games as they have this year?
I know we came back last night, but I didn't feel like we were that far off the mark in the first period. And so I think just a mindset of playing 60 minutes, and I know the first 20 minutes goes by and the scoreboard's not reflecting what we want it to reflect. I do think we got better as the game went on, but I don't think that we were off in the first period. I think that the chances were heavy, the shots were good, there was quality there. They made a nice play in the offensive zone, got a nice redirect, the puck popped out and it was bounced in, it was banked in from behind the goal line, so it was kind of a tough break. But I like the fact that last night, for instance, that we were able just to stay for the full 60 minutes and play the entire game.
But throughout the season, this team's had that ability.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's important. It's a 60-minute game. So there have been some starts that I haven't liked, but if I'm being honest, not that many. I don't think it was something that we talked about on a consistent basis. Remember, at the beginning of the year, I think that there's always things that you talk about in stretches. You could give up a late goal with your power play, or your 5-on-5s down, or you're giving up too many goals in the first period, whatever it might be. There's always these stretches, and you address them, and you try to get better and check the box. But then, like I said, something else is wiggling off in a different direction. You got to try and bring that back in. But I don't think it's been a major issue.
With you've been playing all these desperate teams.
Yeah.
And the Islanders are certainly that.
Yeah.
But is there a difference when there's a rivalry involved? Like, is the desperation somehow different than playing, I don't know, Pittsburgh or, you know, Philadelphia or whatever?
I think it's a division game. You know, the division games are, obviously, it's the two New York teams, but division games, I mean, New Jersey's been that way. I know there's been a lot of games that created a rivalry with Pittsburgh. And usually you're talking more division stuff. I think it'll be a good game tomorrow. They'll be ready to play. We know exactly where they're sitting and what we're in for. We're going to need to be able to be ready to play and play a sharp game as well.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you, Peter.